Lupa is the lead of the new fusion team, and her job is to buff the likes of Changli and Brant, but what if you don't have one or the other? Or worse, you don't have either. While the Lupa Changli Brant team is phenomenal in the intended way to play them, Lupa has some other team options that can actually compete with their overall output. My name is VoidEnigma, and I'll be talking about Lupa's reliance on the fusion team members, and why Changli and Brant are the best but not required to make the team work. The pack calls, and it's not always the premium units who have to answer. Let's talk about her premium team, why it's so good, and then we can talk about her other options that she has. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let's embrace the wolf pack. The Mono Fusion team isn't the first that we've had in Wuthering Waves. Spectral Frazzle, Aero Erosion, those are more or less the same type of teams here, so nothing has changed. Kuro Games intends to make a team that fully consists of premium units, except this time, we don't have a special rover to fill that last slot. So now, we have entered into the space where we need 3 premium units to complete the team. Firstly, Lupa's overall buffs to the fusion team is massive. When she does have 3 members that are all fusion, you get the following: 18% attack for the fusion members on the team, 59% fusion damage if you have her signature weapon, and 15% fusion resistance ignore. That nearly doubles the damage output of your teammates, and when you have Changli and Brant and you weave in their outro skill, you are in fact doubling their damage. So while Shorekeeper boosts their damage by about 30 to 50%, Lupa will double it. They work so well together, and the quick swaps are so intricate that it's a no-brainer that you want to use these 3 together. They have the aerial combat down pat. The auto dodge from her liberation lets you actually get hit in the air and easily recover from your mistakes. Peak is heat with this team, and having all 3 of them will net you a powerful team for many updates to come. With that being said, I'd say the most vital partner between Brant and Changli is actually Brant. Unless you're a dungeon main, you want healing and shielding that Brant has to offer, and without it, there's no fusion character that fills that role. You can't succeed in Mono Fusion without Brant. Without Changli though, you have quite a few options, so let's discuss that, shall we? The replacements that we have for the Lupa team is simple. If you don't have Brant, you decide to take half of the fusion buffs and get the full buffs of Shorekeeper, and that team works just fine. Shorekeeper provides enough to actually compete with her best in slot team. While it lags behind slightly because Shorekeeper doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as Brant, it's still a very viable team for Changli and Lupa. Having near infinite recovery from hits can be a fun concept because Lupa and Shorekeeper's auto dodge mechanics stack. Although, Lupa's takes priority, so that will trigger first. Shorekeeper is the best option without Brant. Of course, Verina works here too, but she's a little weaker at buffing. Without Changli, you've got a few options, and by a few, I mean 2. Encore and Chixia, as they're the only other fusion characters in the game, and they're both function as damage dealers. The Lupa team is really a team contribution to the total damage. Rather than one character carrying, it's a whole team doing the damage. With that being said, in the premium team, Changli is doing the most damage, so in this new setup with Encore and Chixia, you'll stay on them for the most part to deal as much damage as possible while they're on the field. Starting with Lupa into Brant or Shorekeeper, and then you'll go into Chixia or Encore. They're pretty easy to play, and Chixia has a hard-hitting liberation while Encore has a transformation state that she'll stay on field, but the real question is, how much weaker are these teams? You will definitely feel the difference, especially in quick swap oriented teams. Changli is the most powerful fusion character in the game at the moment, and Encore is quite a bit behind her in team contribution. Chixia and Encore are actually very close in overall damage, as long as Chixia is actually able to get all of her hits in. She's not able to shoot off all of her attacks because bosses can be aggressive sometimes, but thankfully, her liberation will always shine. With the premium team being at 100% power, the Shorekeeper team is about at 80 to 90% power, and the team without Changli is about at 70 to 80% power. However, no Brant plus no Changli, you're looking at maybe a 50 to 60% drop off, and are we even playing Mono Fusion at this point? You need those heavy hitters on your team to really use Lupa properly, and while the team will work, it won't be nearly as powerful as a premium team. With that being said, can you still clear content with it? If they're fully leveled with their Fortes max, then yeah, you should be fine. Lupa is a phenomenal buff to the fusion team, and while we don't have a lot of fusion resonators, in time, that will change. Nonetheless, this premium team will remain the premium team. their ultra buffs line up too well for them to fall off to future characters. I'm sure that Wuthering Waves will introduce a fusion debuff as their next mechanic for the fusion team, so Fusion Burst will have its right time to shine, and that's going to be the next gimmick that we're going to have to play around. Overall, Lupa gets better when she's buffing the right teammates, as she wants powerful fusion damage dealers to actually buff, and they'll be the ones to carry the team. She'll just be buffing them. Brant being a healer but also a murderer at the same time is phenomenal, because that anchor drop, it has impact. Meanwhile, Changli is just pure quickswap damage. She's the best person to pair Lupa with for damage. How are you guys doing as far as fusion carries? Do you have both, or are you missing one? Let me know down in the comments how you're going to craft your mono fusion team, or pseudo fusion team. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thank you so much for watching. This has been VoidEnigma,